back at you. One more for the road. That's right. See ya. Yo, what's going on, guys? A-Town here, and today we are here with a Destiny 2 build video. With this one, we're going to be focusing on the Unbreakable Titan. I've been running this build since last season, and I could proudly say this thing slaps. I mean, you're just spamming your grenade ability, just disorienting targets, hitting them with massive damage, and be able to just essentially survive just about anything and everything in a PvE content. PvP, we're not touching that. We're just focusing on PvE in this. Let's go ahead and get into it. First, we're going to start off with the stat spread. You're really going to want to focus on the grenade stat. This is going to be your primary stat that you want to focus on by giving you the ability regen once you hit past the 100% point threshold. But then you get the additional 65% damage buff when you get up to that 200% stat. So if you can hit that 200%, then you're cooking, but as close as you can get to that, the better. As for your secondary stat spread, if you want to go towards super by leaning towards a grenadier type of build, which that's kind of what the main big bump is, that's strongly recommended. You could really do something a mix of grenadier and paragon and just do like an ability spam build. I'm thinking about focusing on that and making some tuning once I get to like the tier 5 armor set. So expect a perfected build coming real soon. But as for the exotic weapon of choice, what really brings this together is armamentarium. Now, since the update for renegades, this thing has had a major glow up. We already knew that you were going to get the additional grenade charge, which again, that's the bread and butter of the build. But grenade final blows, mono orbit power, that's also very nice to have. It's not going to make or break your synergy of the build. But what's really interesting about the change is weapon final blows grant grenade energy. It's pretty much demolitionist in its own form off rip. And activating your grenade ability reloads your equipped weapon from reserves. Again, that's demolition. They added demolitionist to the thing. Now, what's really interesting about this is that demolitionist stacks with armamentarium. The reloading piece, I mean, that's a given, right? But the ability energy that you get per weapon kill really stacks up. I mean, you can just see from the gameplay that's showing on the screen here, like killing 5 red bars, you're essentially getting 100% back. So that's 10% from demolitionist. You also get an additional 10% from armamentarium, probably even more than that. So like about 5 kills, you're bam, grenade energy right back to you. As for the fragments and aspects, it's going to be pretty simple here. Obviously, you're going to be using the Unbreakable Void aspect. That's going to be the bread and butter. Without this, you can't even do the build, so you already know what it is. I like to opt in for a controlled demolitionist, so you're able to get the volatile from the ability final blows that you're doing and ability damage. So you're getting those explosions off, which also gets you the heals, which also stacks with Devour. So you're essentially getting max heals every time you kill like a group of ads or something like that. As for the fragments, here you can customize just a little bit. I've opted in for Echo of Expulsion by giving you the explosion when you get the void ability final blows, which you're going to be spamming off rip. Also, the 10% to your super stat is also very nice to have because you want to get that super stat as high as possible when you get your super, and you're going to be doing massive damage. Echo of Starvation, to get the Devour. And remember, when you have Devour proc, when you get those final blows, it restores your health, which stacks up with the controlled demolitionist. But you also get the grenade energy as well, which also further stacks on getting your abilities even quicker. So you see the synergy here, what's happening. Echo of Undemiring, which your void grenade weakens targets. Your Unbreakable Blast is going to be weakening your targets, even more damage. Echo of Harvest, which defeating weakened targets create a orb of power or void breach. So again, you're spamming orbs, you're getting the void breaches, you're getting Devour. And then Echo of Instability, which is defeating targets with grenade grants volatile rounds for your void weapons. So as for the type of content that this is going to be useful for, you can see on the gameplay pretty much anything that's like general play. Once you get up to like the 30, minus 30 below power, then you're going to start seeing some challenges because these enemies are going to be hitting a lot harder. So just make sure that you're, guarding in front of you. Make sure that, the scions are not sniping you in the back. By doing that, I think that also will increase your survivability on this, but you'll be able to still block everything. You're going to get the void overshield the longer you hold your unbreakable shield as well. And then also, because of the lower in power, you're going to be charging up your blast even faster, which is going to stack up with that, up to 65% damage from your grenade energies. So the synergy is there, the survivability is there. You're going to be creating orbs of power. And then with the most recent buff with the Sentinel Super, you're going to be doing all types of crazy stuff, creating orbs of power, doing the shield throws, which they're comparing to like Thunder Crash for the Arc Titan. Like it's just, you're going to be cooking. Like I can't stress this enough on how much you're going to be cooking with this type of build. Now let's go ahead and just jump into the mods. The main thing you really want to focus on is the gauntlets, because again, we're going to be spamming those abilities. So getting your grenade kickstarters, this is going to be your main bread and butter. That's what you want. And then also, as a fun fact, even though it says that when your grenade energy is fully expended, pop your unbreakable blast, it only uses half of your grenade energy. So it'll bring you down to half without the grenade kickstarters, but once you have 2 grenade kickstarters active, you're essentially going to be at about 60-75% of your grenade energy remaining, which again allows you to further top off and spam it even further. So you definitely want that. Your helmet ones, again, you can kind of just run whatever you want. Anything that's going to help you spawn orbs of power, just so you can, start that loop. Ashes to assets is also good to have, but you have full customization options there. For your chest piece, charged up is always nice, just so you can get more of those armor charges. And then for the legs, stacks on stacks, you gotta run it. And then anything that's gonna essentially help your survivability, you can do that, or again, you can just run whatever you really want. You're gonna have high survivability anyways because of Devour. And then also the volatile explosions give you the health, so just health, and even more health. And in your Titan mark, you can freestyle. Essentially, you can do whatever you want. Now as for weapons, here is really where the fun begins. I like to opt in for a gun that has demolitionist that's void. So if you have a better void option than the Ward of Crota that I've been using in this gameplay, I think the Garden of Salvation auto rifle, that is a phenomenal choice to use. And there's probably some really good guns on Renegades. I haven't looked at all the possible roles for the void weapons yet, but there's definitely some good options. You can also opt in for a grenade launcher like the Versus Velocity Baton. You can also opt in for that. I mean, that's going to be providing some good synergy, just AoE. You get the attrition orbs, you got demolitionist, and then also you got the origin trait as well, which is going to give you the additional ability energy when you're doing damage to targets. That's pretty much for the build. If you like more builds like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to, put up at least 2 videos a week. One on Destiny Rising, another one on, Destiny 2. And if things go well, I'll try to pump up the more content and see where things lie out. But again, I'm going to just let the rest of the gameplay play out. And I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day.